My child, hear me clearly. I am the God who turns seasons of waiting into victories. Who transforms despair into the greatest testimony you will ever carry. There is no loss I cannot redeem, no brokenness too shattered for my healing hand to restore. If your heart still beats with a cry for renewal, then lift your faith. Let the heavens witness your trust, declare it boldly by saying, Amen. Your surrender is not in vain, and your faith moves mountains you cannot yet see. When the world urges you to give up, I draw even closer. I see the tears you shed in silence. The prayers whispered in the dark. The fragile hopes you clung to when others told you it was hopeless. Nothing about your struggle is hidden from me. I am not far off or uninterested. I am the Father who bends down, gathers the shattered pieces of your soul, and breathes life into what you believed was beyond repair. Yes, the enemy tried to silence your song with grief and disappointment. But I am placing a new melody upon your lips. A song of triumph, a hymn of breakthrough. A testimony the world cannot steal. This message has reached you for a reason. I want you to know with certainty, nothing has escaped my sight. Every wound, every disappointment, every unanswered question. I have seen it all, and I am weaving it together into a tapestry of glory. Your trials are becoming a testimony. A story of redemption that will speak of my goodness for generations. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not fighting alone. In your weakness, my strength rises. In your emptiness, my abundance flows. If you believe my power is greater than your pain, declare it now. Comment 11:11 and let faith echo louder than fear. Do not limit me by the failures of your past. I am the God who parted seas. Who breathed life into dry bones. Who drew water from a barren rock. And who brought walls crashing down with nothing but a shout of faith. What I did before, I can and will do again for you. Every prayer you prayed still lingers before me. Your waiting has not been wasted. Every delay has been a season of preparation. And every closed door a divine redirection. I do not simply restore what was stolen. I multiply it beyond recognition. Listen closely, beloved. There are blessings with your name engraved upon them, waiting for this exact moment to be released. The enemy whispers that you are stuck. That disappointment is your destiny. But I speak a different word over your life. I declare restoration, acceleration, and miracle upon miracle. If you believe I am aligning all things for your good, comment 222 and let hope be rekindled. Even now, feel my presence wrapping around you like a shield. Though your natural eyes cannot see, my angels are moving on your behalf. Waging battles you never knew existed. Pushing back darkness to make way for your breakthrough. I have not forgotten the prayers you prayed years ago. The ones you nearly gave up on. At the appointed time, I will bring it all together. What you call lost, I call in process. What you label impossible, I call already accomplished. You are not defined by what slipped away. You are defined by my eternal promise. That nothing is too difficult for me. My hand is not too short to save. Nor my ear too heavy to hear. Even now, I am sending fresh winds of hope into your life. Where you have seen barrenness, I declare fruitfulness. Where there has been mourning, I release the oil of joy. Where wounds once defined you, I am binding them and writing a testimony in their place. Do not fear to hope again. I know you have asked why prayers seemed unanswered. Why doors slammed shut. Why dreams felt delayed. But my ways are higher than yours. I see the end from the beginning. Nothing surprises me, and nothing escapes my plan. Your life is not an accident. It is a divine story unfolding. A masterpiece of redemption being painted stroke by stroke. I am protecting you from dangers you cannot see. And preparing treasures your mind has not yet imagined. When you felt invisible, misunderstood, or overlooked, know this: you are my chosen one. You are the apple of my eye. The delight of my heart. No weapon formed against you will ever prosper. For my shield surrounds you day and night. The battles you fight are not proof of my absence. They are evidence of your destiny. The enemy only attacks what threatens him. And your calling is a threat to darkness itself. If you know you are chosen, protected, and loved. Comment 333 and declare that you stand with me. Child, you are not on this journey by mistake. Every step you've walked, I have walked with you. Even in the silence, even in the shadows. I have never left your side. My beloved, hear this truth, my love for you has never been tied to your successes, your failures, or what others say you deserve. It does not rise and fall with your performance, nor is it determined by how worthy you feel. My love is rooted in who I am, unchanging, everlasting, and constant. It is fierce, it is unstoppable, and it will pursue you through valleys and storms. There is no loss too great, no failure too heavy, and no disappointment deep enough to separate you from my embrace. I am the God who lifts you out of the dust, who takes the ashes of your past and reshapes them into crowns of beauty and purpose. I am the one who restores what seemed destroyed and breathes life into what you believed was gone forever. Wherever you are right now, whether standing on a mountain of victory or sitting in a valley of sorrow, know this, I am with you in every season. I am present in your wilderness, and I am faithful in your harvest. The restoration I bring is not temporary, nor is it partial. It is complete, overflowing, undeniable, and beyond what you could imagine. I am returning to you the years the locusts have consumed. For every hardship, I am preparing a double portion of blessing. Every tear you have shed has been collected, each one is a seed that will bloom into a miracle harvest. Do not lose heart, for your story is not finished, and I am not done with you. The silence you sometimes feel is not my absence. Even in the stillness, I am moving. Every prayer you have whispered into the darkness has reached my ears. Every longing in your heart, every sigh too deep for words, has been carried into my presence. I am your creator, but more than that, I am your redeemer, the one who brings purpose to your waiting and meaning to your pain. Look back over your life, and you will see my handprints everywhere. In the storms, I was your shelter. In the heartbreaks, I was the whisper urging you to hold on. Even when hope flickered like a fragile flame, I breathed upon it to keep it alive. Every delay, every closed door, every detour, none of these were punishments. They were my protection. I was guiding you away from what was less so I could prepare you for what is best. Remember this, my plans for you are not over. Your life is not defined by the things that slipped away, but by the promise I have spoken over you. There is no mistake that cancels my purpose. Your scars do not disqualify you, they are places where my grace shines brighter. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Unique. Chosen. Beloved. There is no one else like you, and no story I value more than yours. Even when others have walked away, I remained by your side. When disappointment tried to drown you, my arms held you above the waves. I am your refuge, your fortress, your unshakable hope. The enemy may whisper that it is too late, that your life is too broken, that restoration is beyond reach. But I tell you this, nothing is too far gone for me. Nothing is outside my reach. What you thought was lost forever will return multiplied. I am the God of impossible turnarounds, and I specialize in bringing forth life where everything looks barren. There are still chapters of your story unwritten, chapters filled with laughter, healing, restoration, and joy beyond anything you have seen before. I have already prepared blessings with your name on them, treasures hidden for the right moment. The season of disappointment is closing. A new season of miracles, restoration, and overflowing favor is beginning now. So do not be afraid to believe again. Stand firm in your faith, for I am making all things new. Your life will testify of my goodness, your story will echo my faithfulness, and your breakthrough will be greater than the pain of your waiting. I am the Lord your God, and I have spoken. Do not allow the wounds of yesterday to convince you that your brightest days have already slipped away. I am the one who holds both the beginning and the end of your journey. I am the author of your story and the one who brings it to completion. When you surrendered your life into my hands, I took responsibility for your outcome. Nothing is outside of my knowledge or control. Every detour you face has been redirected by my wisdom. Every delay is carefully permitted under my watchful eye. Even what looks like defeat is only a setup for a greater revelation of my glory. What you thought was the closing chapter is not the end, but only a turning point leading you to something far better than what you imagined. My promises were never meant to merely keep you surviving. My promises are meant to help you flourish, to rise, to live in the fullness I prepared for you before you were even formed. My word will always be your guide, like a lamp lighting each step in the darkness, and a bright flame directing your path forward. And when you cannot see what is next, remember this: I am already making the way ahead of you clear. The sea did not part until my people chose to step forward in faith. The walls of Jericho did not crumble by strength, but by obedience and praise. So too, your breakthrough will not come by striving harder, but by resting in surrender. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for your trust. If you still trust that my hand is at work in your life, let your faith rise within you and declare it boldly. Your surrender will become your greatest victory. Do not underestimate the power of your prayers. When you pray, heaven responds. When you speak my promises, angels move on your behalf. Do not grow weary, even if you have not yet seen what you've been asking for. I do not delay without purpose. My timing is always perfect, never late, never wasted. Sometimes I withhold for a season because I am protecting you from unseen harm. Other times I hold back because I am preparing your heart for the very thing you have asked of me. Trust me, for my timing always brings joy at the right moment. Consider Joseph, who endured betrayal, false accusations, and years of silence in a prison cell. To many it looked as though his story was over. But in my time, I raised him up, restored him, and gave him influence beyond his imagination. What others intended for evil, I wove into good. And in the same way, what has wounded you, I will use as the soil for your greatest harvest. Your tears are not wasted. Every loss is a seed that will break forth into a season of abundance. Lift your eyes and look closer. While you were waiting, I was working. While you were praying, I was aligning the answers. While you were weeping, I was gathering every tear, preparing to turn them into miracles. Not one moment of your pain has been overlooked. One day, in the fullness of time, you will look back and understand why things unfolded as they did. But until that day, I call you to hold tightly to hope, for your story is not finished. When storms rise around you, remember that you are not abandoned. I am in the boat with you, calming the winds and commanding the waves to be still. When your strength gives way, my strength carries you. When your faith wavers, my faithfulness does not. You do not need to see the outcome to trust me. Take the next step, holding my hand, and I will lead you through what you could never walk through alone. You are precious to me. The world may overlook you, but I never will. My eyes never leave you, my ears never fail to hear your cry. Every need, every fear, every unspoken sigh of your heart, I know them all. And I am the healer, the provider, the shepherd who leads you into green pastures and still waters. My love for you is eternal. It does not waver with your performance. It does not lessen because of your failures. It is rooted in who I am, unchanging, everlasting, relentless. There will come a day when you will look back at this season and realize how I turned your waiting into winning, your brokenness into beauty, and your hopelessness into testimony. You will share the story of my faithfulness, and others will find courage because of what I did in you. I will restore what was lost. I will give you beauty for ashes, joy in place of mourning, and songs of praise instead of despair. So keep holding on. Keep believing. Keep praying. For I am near, and I am making all things new. Yes, you are weary from the journey. Yes, the storms have been heavier than you expected. But restoration is not just possible, it is my promise. I am the God who specializes in turning ruins into foundations of glory. Your story does not end at the place of your deepest pain. The greatest miracles are birthed out of moments that appear hopeless. And this is not the end, it is only the beginning of what I am about to do in you. If you are bold enough to believe that I can restore what was once broken, then declare it by commenting 1010, letting your soul release a sound of faith and hope in the promise of renewal. In the hidden moments of your life, I have seen you gather the shattered fragments of dreams you thought could never be mended. I have watched as you lifted up the broken pieces of your heart, unsure if trying again was worth it, and yet hoping deep down for a sign that I was still near. Every small attempt you make to place your trust in me does not go unnoticed. Each step of faith, no matter how fragile, is precious to me. You are not required to be perfect for me to do the impossible. Bring me your weaknesses, and I will clothe you in strength. Bring me your emptiness, and I will fill it with my abundance. When you feel as though you have nothing left to give, that is when I draw closest, breathing fresh life into the ashes of what you thought was over. Do not allow your future to be measured against the pain of your past. My mercy greets you with every sunrise, offering new beginnings, second chances, and doors that no man can shut. I am able to restore what you thought was forever lost, time that slipped away, opportunities you believed were gone, even relationships you thought could never be healed. Nothing is beyond my reach. Nothing is too difficult for me. My voice brings the dead back to life, my spirit stirs even where hope seems to have vanished. If you believe I am moving even in this very moment, comment 1515 and let your faith fill the air around you. Remember Lazarus, who lay in the grave while everyone else declared it was finished. But in my timing, which is never too late, I called him forth. Even when the world gives up, I remain at work. I specialize in breakthroughs at the last possible moment, in victories that no human strength could ever achieve, in sudden turnarounds that carry my signature alone. Your miracle will not come from striving or from your own power, but through my spirit. When you see no way forward, that is the very place where I carve out a way where none exists. Lean into me. Let my peace quiet your fears. Allow my love to still your restless mind. Do not be afraid to hope again. The enemy has tried to steal your hope, convincing you that your prayers have gone unheard, but I assure you, every whisper, every longing, every silent cry has reached me. Not one prayer has been wasted. They are stored, and in the right time, I will answer in a way that leaves you in awe. I know the deep wounds of your heart, the losses that words cannot describe. You wonder if wholeness is even possible again. Hear me, beloved, I am the healer of broken hearts, the one who draws near to the crushed in spirit. You have never suffered alone. My hands, both strong and tender, are ready to lift you from despair into hope. If you want to declare your trust in my healing power, comment 1717 and let your spirit reach out to mine. You are not the first to walk the road of pain and waiting. Joseph endured betrayal and prison, David hid in the wilderness, Hannah wept bitterly for a child, Job sat in the ashes of devastation. Yet not one of them was left in defeat. I restored them, exalted them, and used their pain for greater purpose. What I did for them, I will surely do for you. Their stories are not simply history, they are living promises for your present and your future. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Is it possible for a simple 7-second shift to change the course of financial struggles? A recently revealed study suggests so. This method, verified by leading researchers, shows how quickly the mind can be reprogrammed to attract abundance. People who once faced overwhelming debt are now walking in overflow, new homes, new vehicles, freedom they never thought possible. But secrets like these do not stay hidden forever. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. Consider Ruth's story. She lost everything, her husband, her home, her security. Yet I wove redemption into her life, leading her into a future greater than she could have imagined. I brought her into a new family, a new destiny, and a legacy that blessed generations. My plans will always surpass your expectations. My ways always carry hope. Do not limit your vision to what you see now. I am writing a masterpiece out of your life. Even now, my presence surrounds you. Rest in the truth that you are seen, known, and deeply loved by the one who created the heavens and the earth. The world may measure worth by wealth and accomplishments, but I measure your worth by the love I poured into you before you were even born. You are my treasure, chosen and set apart before the foundation of the world. Before you saw loss, I prepared your restoration. Before the tears fell, I had already arranged your comfort. Before the waiting began, I wrote an ending filled with joy. Even in moments where you feel invisible to others, remember, you are never invisible to me. I see every effort you make to keep going. I see when you choose to forgive, when you choose love, when you cling to faith instead of giving up. Every act of trust is multiplied. Every quiet act of faith is noticed. What you have done in secret will one day be rewarded openly. For I am the God who sees what is hidden and blesses in ways that cannot be denied. Do not allow resentment or bitterness to poison your heart. Release the weight of unforgiveness, even when your emotions tell you it is impossible. I will be your strength when you feel too weak to let go. As you forgive, you open the door for blessings to flow freely into your life. I am the God who restores what was broken, who repays what was stolen, who transforms curses into blessings that will astonish you. What the enemy designed to harm you, I will weave into a greater good and a testimony for my glory. Lift your head high, my child, for you belong to the King of Kings. Ahead of you lies favor, provision, and breakthroughs you cannot yet imagine. Victories are being written with your name on them, victories that will silence every voice of doubt that has ever surrounded you. Do not compare your journey with the journey of another. Your story is uniquely crafted, your path deliberately designed with purpose, grace, and miracles tailored just for you. If you can sense the embrace of my love wrapping around you even now, comment 7070 and let your soul rise with expectation. Even now, unseen angels are moving on your behalf. Even now, battles are being fought in the heavens for your victory. Even now, doors are swinging open, hearts are being softened, and opportunities are aligning perfectly with my will. You do not need to chase what I have already prepared for you. Rest in my promises, walk in my peace, and stand firm in the truth that nothing, absolutely nothing, can ever separate you from my love. The journey will not be without challenges, but it will never be without purpose. Every step, every tear, every quiet prayer whispered in the night, I see them all. I am weaving each thread into a tapestry of miracles that will one day testify of my faithfulness. Your season of waiting is not leading to disappointment but to a testimony so powerful it will shatter every shadow of doubt. Trust me, for I am the one who makes all things new. My beloved child, let the heaviness that has weighed upon your soul lift as you rest in my presence. I know there are nights when your heart aches, when disappointment feels like too much to bear, when you wonder if things will ever change. But every season, even this one, is being held in my hands and shaped with divine purpose. Nothing is wasted with me. Every broken prayer, every silent cry, every longing of your heart, I see them all, and I am working through them all. If you sense my nearness now, comment Amen and let my peace wash over your soul. There is a quiet strength I have placed within you, a resilience that flows not from this world but from my spirit within you. Even when you feel weakest, I am refining your faith and building an unshakable hope. Your story is not ending, it is unfolding. What feels like a conclusion may be the very beginning of the chapter one have written for you. I am not limited by your circumstances, nor are my promises hindered by delays. Where others see impossibility, I see opportunity for new life. Hold to this truth, I am the God of restoration. I return double for what was stolen, I breathe light into the darkest valleys, and I bring forth joy from sorrow. Remember Job, he lost everything, yet I restored him with far more than before. Remember the prodigal son, though he wandered, my arms welcomed him back with celebration and joy. I do not define you by your lowest points but by the identity I gave you from the beginning, chosen, redeemed, and beloved. You may ask why waiting seems so long, why prayers feel unanswered. Child, waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. In the waiting, I am strengthening your roots, refining your character, and teaching you to discern my voice above all others. The hidden seasons are the soil where faith grows strong enough to sustain the weight of future blessings. If you believe your waiting is not wasted, comment 1212 and let hope rise again within you. Lift your eyes away from what was lost and fix them on what I am preparing. I am the God who brings streams into deserts, who crowns ashes with beauty, who calls dead things to life. What looks impossible to you is a miracle already in motion. I am not only restoring what you lost, I am adding new joy, new wisdom, and new strength to your story. Your testimony will be a beacon for others who feel hopeless. What the enemy intended to destroy you with, I am using to shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more radiant in faith. You are never alone in the valleys. My presence goes with you through every season, celebrating when you rejoice, comforting when you weep. Though the world may overlook you, I hold you in the palm of my hand. My plans for you are good. I have not abandoned you. I have not forgotten my promises. What I spoke over your life will come to pass. If you feel my assurance burning within your soul right now, comment 555 and let your faith be a testimony before heaven itself. Why is this mysterious 7-second ritual spreading so quickly across the world? Recently leaked intelligence uncovered a remarkable technique, a short practice so powerful it is said to awaken the brain to new streams of wealth and opportunity. This ritual, tested and confirmed by several neuroscience laboratories, has already transformed lives, lifting people from overwhelming debt to moments of freedom, joy, and abundance. What once felt impossible has suddenly opened like a doorway. Vacations, financial relief, dreams fulfilled, stories are being written in real time. If you are hearing this message now, consider it no accident. Not everyone stumbles upon it. The chance to see this could vanish at any moment. Follow the link before it is taken down, for what you receive may mark the beginning of a new chapter of abundance. And while I may sometimes allow you to walk through seasons of fire, it is not because I wish to see you suffer. It is so that you can witness the magnitude of my power. When the flames surround you, your faith is purified. When storms rage, your trust in me grows stronger. When you walk through valleys, you discover that my presence is the one treasure you truly need. Every testimony of faith that echoes from my word was born out of waiting, of struggle, of surrender. Moses wandered through deserts. David hid in caves. Esther risked her very life. Paul endured chains and prison walls. Yet in each of their stories, I revealed my faithfulness. Let their journeys remind you that I do not change. My word does not fail. My promises do not expire. I am not a man who lies or shifts with circumstance. If I have spoken restoration, it will come to pass. Your destiny is not dictated by what surrounds you but by the hands of the one who formed the stars. Anchor yourself in my word. Speak my promises until they become louder than your doubts. Worship, even when the path is hidden, for worship disarms fear and awakens faith. As you lift your song of praise, unseen walls already tremble. The ground beneath impossibility begins to shake. Let your life be marked not by despair but by resilience, not from your own strength, but from mine flowing through you. Your identity is not chained to what happened to you, but to what I am doing within you. Ahead of you are chapters filled with miracles waiting to unfold. Every choice to trust me plants seeds that will grow into a harvest of joy and breakthrough. Stay close, my beloved. Listen for the whisper of my voice in the silence. Look for my fingerprints in the smallest details of your days. I am arranging divine connections, opening doors you could not force open, and preparing opportunities beyond your imagination. My love for you is relentless, unwavering, eternal. My mercy greets you with every sunrise. My grace lifts you higher every time you stumble. You are not forgotten, you are my chosen, my delight, my treasured creation. What others call the end, I declare the beginning. What seems out of reach, I am already placing into your hands. While you see only the struggle, I am weaving a tapestry of miracles behind the scenes. Every tear you cried, every prayer whispered in the night, has been gathered by me. Not one moment is wasted. What the enemy thought would destroy you will become the very platform for your greatest victory. When the world says it is finished, I rise and declare, it is not over until I say it is over. If you believe that your breakthrough is on the horizon, comment 999 and let faith rise again. Do not see yourself only through the lens of your failures. See yourself as I see you, a warrior, an overcomer, a child of light destined to shine in a dark world. When you feel weak, remember my power is perfected in weakness. You do not have to carry strength on your own, lean into mine. Step forward into the future I have designed for you. The time you thought was wasted will be redeemed. The relationships you mourn can be restored. The dreams you buried can rise again. Nothing is too shattered for me to heal. Even the most broken places are where I pour out my greatest grace. If you are ready to welcome my restoring power into your life, declare it boldly, comment 7070 and step into the promise of all things made new. Release the shame that clings to your past, for I do not hold your failures against you. I see only my beloved child, walking into a destiny written by my hand. I am the God who wipes away your failures and offers you a brand new beginning. The cross stands as eternal proof that no mistake is too heavy for my forgiveness to cover. The blood of my Son was poured out so you could walk in freedom, not live bound by guilt or shame. Every chain that has held you captive is being shattered. Every false word the enemy has spoken against you is being silenced. I am rewriting your story with compassion, truth, and unfailing mercy. When you feel abandoned, I am right beside you. When no one else understands the weight of your pain, know that I carry it with you. Bring me your fears, your doubts, and your unanswered questions, I will not reject you. My arms remain open, my heart always ready to receive you. The world may grow weary of your needs, but I will never tire of loving you. In my presence you will discover the belonging and acceptance you have long searched for. Build your life on my word, for it is an unshakable foundation that will never crumble. When everything else is uncertain, my promises remain steadfast and unmovable. I have declared restoration over you, and nothing can overturn what I have spoken. My word does not return empty, it always fulfills its purpose. When I bless, no curse can undo it. When I open a door, no one can close it. Lift your faith again, because your life is not controlled by chance or circumstance, you live under the covering of Almighty God. But now consider this, could a recently leaked CIA brainwave ritual really be the fastest pathway to abundance? Declassified research has uncovered a shocking technique, just 7 seconds long, that is allowing ordinary people to attract extraordinary wealth. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, this method is transforming crushing debt into dream homes, luxury cars, and unforgettable vacations. If you are reading these words, count it as a divine appointment, the page may vanish at any time. Click the link in the description or comments to unlock this secret before it disappears forever. Yet know this truth, you were created for more than merely surviving. I have destined you for victory. The struggles you face are not proof of abandonment, they are evidence that your life carries great purpose. The enemy would not press against you so fiercely if you were not carrying something valuable. Do not shrink back from resistance, let it remind you that I am working powerfully on your behalf. If you believe there is purpose in your pain, comment 1010 and let hope rise above the weight of your hurt. I am closer than your very breath, nearer than your next thought. My spirit dwells within you, strengthening you from the inside. When you cannot find the words to pray, my spirit intercedes with groans deeper than language. When sorrow bends your head low, I am the one who gently lifts your face. You do not walk this path alone, I go before you, I walk beside you, I stand behind you. Every step is already prepared by my hand. There are blessings waiting on the other side of your obedience, greater than what you can presently imagine. Trust me even when the path is hidden. I am the same God who led Abraham into a land he had never seen, who filled Sarah's heart with laughter after years of barrenness, who turned Paul's prison cell into a platform of glory. If I was faithful then, I will be faithful now. Let your faith rise above fear. Let your trust endure beyond the trial. Restoration is not only a future hope, it is my living promise to you in this very moment. Release what you cannot change, and I will fill your hands with what only I can provide. Watch as I create rivers in the desert and roads in the wilderness. What once looked impossible will suddenly become reality, not by your strength, but by my Spirit. Rejoice in the small beginnings, for I love to build greatness out of humble places. Give thanks for the little progress you see, it opens the door to even greater blessings. Remain expectant, for I am not done with you yet. You will testify of my goodness and see every promise fulfilled. Never forget this, I am your provider, your healer, your redeemer. I am your shelter in the storm and your gain in every loss. Your future is secure in my hands, and nothing can snatch you away from me. Lift up hope, for you are created to overcome. I know you wonder how I can promise restoration when your circumstances seem unchanged. You may question how hope can be real when the evidence around you argues otherwise. But I am the God who brings life to barren places and speaks things into existence before they can be seen. I am not limited by what is visible. While you see closed doors, I am preparing new pathways. What feels like delay to you is divine timing in my hands. If you are waiting for your miracle, comment 222 and let heaven bear witness to your faith. Do not allow despair to write your story. I have promised you beauty for ashes, joy in place of mourning, and garments of praise instead of heaviness. Your identity is not built upon failure or disappointment. It is rooted in my constant, unchanging love. Each time you choose to trust me in the dark moments, you are sowing seeds that will one day burst forth in the light of my promises. Your doubts do not weaken my power, for I am greater than your uncertainties. I am strong enough to hold you when you feel weary, and faithful enough to bring to completion every word I have spoken over your life. Consider my people Israel as they wandered in the wilderness. To them, every day felt repetitive, endless, hopeless. Many gave in to despair, yet I never abandoned them. I sent bread from heaven to sustain them, water from a rock to refresh them, and a pillar of cloud and fire to guide their steps. What they thought was wasted time was actually preparation for the promise. So it is with you, your waiting is not meaningless. It is the ground where faith grows deeper and miracles are prepared in silence. The wilderness is not your final chapter. It is the very place where you will learn dependence on me, where you will discover provision like never before. What looks like delay is actually training. What feels like emptiness is space for me to fill with glory. When fear whispers in your heart, remember that I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. You are not ruled by circumstances, for you are hidden under the shadow of my wings. My presence is your shield, and nothing touches you unless it first passes through my hands. Yes, the enemy may try to plant doubt, confusion, and discouragement, but my truth is a foundation that cannot be shaken. I have declared restoration, and no force in heaven or earth can silence my word. If you choose to stand on my unbreakable promises, let faith anchor your heart and declare your trust boldly. Allow my presence to be your peace. In the chaos and noise of the world, rest in me. My Spirit is your comforter, your guide, and your closest companion. When loneliness surrounds you, know that my love encircles you and unseen angels go before you, guarding every step. Not a single prayer of yours is wasted. Every sigh, every cry, every unspoken longing is heard by me. I respond not only to your words, but to the depths of your heart. Even when you cannot form the words, I understand the language of your tears. Look carefully and you will see small miracles unfolding each day. Sometimes my answers arrive quietly, in the gentle voice of a friend, in the stillness of the morning light, in the sudden calm that settles your anxious thoughts. I am constantly speaking my love to you through countless details. Do not miss my faithfulness in the ordinary while you wait for the extraordinary. Gratitude for what is before you today opens the way for greater blessings tomorrow. Lift your eyes above the storms. Remember Peter, he did not walk on the water because of his ability, but because his eyes were fixed on me. As long as his gaze stayed on me, the impossible was possible. But when he looked at the waves, fear began to pull him down. So I call you to fix your eyes on me, not on problems, not on failures, not on limitations. My promise is unshakable, my love steadfast. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand, and I am attentive to every detail of your life. Others may misunderstand you, but I know you fully. Bring me your questions, your doubts, your pain, I will never turn you away. Restoration may not unfold as you imagine. Sometimes I return what was lost in a new and greater form. Sometimes healing comes through doors you least expected. Stay open to my leading. My ways are higher than your ways, and my plans exceed what you can see now. The disciples looked for a conquering king, but I came as a servant who laid down his life. My wisdom is often revealed in ways that look different from human expectation. Do not compare your journey to another's. Your story is uniquely crafted by my hand, and the blessings I have for you are reserved for you alone. The race is not won by speed, nor the battle by strength, but by those who trust me to the very end. Walk with me, one step at a time. I am your shepherd. I will lead you through valleys and into green pastures. Every test you face shapes a testimony. Your faithfulness under fire will shine brighter than refined gold. When you feel weak, lean fully into my strength. When you feel empty, open your heart and I will fill you again. My grace is always sufficient. My power is perfected in your weakness. Yes, there will be days when hope feels fragile, when progress feels slow, when old wounds rise again. But know this, my love will not let you go. My hand is still upon you, and I am still writing your story. When doubt rises within you, pause and remind yourself of how I have always been faithful. Think back to the doors I have opened that no one else could open, the moments when help came at the exact time you needed it. Let the memory of my goodness become the anchor that steadies you through the waves. You are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, you are chosen, beloved, and marked with my favor. I have placed my hand upon your life for blessing and for purpose. There is no loss too severe that I cannot redeem it. There is no distance too far that my love cannot cross it. From the beginning until the end of the age, I am with you, holding you, guiding you, carrying you. Do not let go, for restoration is already unfolding before you. The darkest nights are often where the holiest moments are hidden. When you sit in silence wondering if anyone understands your pain, know this, I am nearer than the very air you breathe. Every tear that slips down your cheek is seen. Every sigh of your heart is felt by me. I am the God who counts every hair on your head and gathers every tear into my bottle. I have never left you, not for a moment. If you feel the gentle nearness of my presence even now, declare your faith by commenting 1717 and let your heart rest in my promise. Do not let shame or regret convince you that your story is beyond redemption. Yes, people may judge. Friends may misunderstand. You may even struggle to forgive yourself. But I am not afraid of your brokenness. It is in the broken places that my grace shines the brightest. The cross was not for the perfect, it was for the weary, the rejected, the sinners, the ones who had nowhere else to turn. You are never out of my reach. Bring your shattered pieces to me, and I will make something beautiful out of them. Look at those I have chosen before you. Moses thought his life was finished, yet I raised him as a deliverer. Rahab was marked an outcast, yet I wrote her into the lineage of kings. Peter denied me, yet I called him to lead my church. Mary Magdalene carried shame from her past, yet I entrusted her with proclaiming my resurrection. Do you see? My love rewrites stories. My mercy removes shame. My presence becomes a covering over every failure. The enemy will whisper lies of condemnation, but my voice speaks freedom and destiny. You are not disqualified. You are set apart. Even when you cannot see the outcome, trust the process I am working. Transformation begins in the hidden places long before it is visible. Just as a seed must break in the soil before it can bloom in the light, so must you trust me in the unseen before you see the breakthrough. If you are willing to trust me in the process, let your faith rise and comment Amen, for your surrender today is the seed of tomorrow's miracle. When life feels unfair, when others seem to receive their miracle while you still wait, guard your heart. Do not allow bitterness to take root. Instead, rejoice when others are blessed, for their testimony is a sign of what I am also capable of doing for you. I do not show favoritism. My blessings are abundant for all who cling to me. Rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep, this is the way of my kingdom. Your appointed time will come. I am never late. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. David was a forgotten shepherd boy, but I saw a king in him. The world may overlook you, but I never will. I am shaping you in the quiet places so that when your time comes, you will be ready to carry the weight of blessing I have prepared. Remain faithful in the unseen moments, for integrity in private is the soil from which public miracles grow. Let my word be the anchor of your life. In seasons of confusion, return again to my promises. Voices around you will speak doubt. Your own mind may question my plans. But my word stands forever unchanged. Speak my promises aloud, over your heart, over your household, over your future. As you declare my truth, you fill the atmosphere with faith and drive away the shadows of fear. If you are ready to stand on my word with boldness, comment 1212 and let your declaration shift the atmosphere around you. I am not a distant God. I am a present Father. I am your shepherd, your defender, your deliverer. When you walk through rivers, they will not sweep you away. When you pass through the fire, the flames will not consume you. My hand is mighty to save, and my love is fierce to protect. You belong to me, and nothing can change that. And yet, there is something happening that you may not understand. Why is this 7-second brain ritual being whispered about everywhere? Recent revelations have uncovered a powerful technique, validated by leading neuroscience labs, that is changing lives in extraordinary ways. From debts erased to unexpected wealth, from scarcity to abundance, testimonies are pouring in. But information like this is quickly hidden, removed before many even know it exists. If you are reading this now, it is not by accident. Follow the link in the description and comments before it disappears, for opportunities like this are not meant to last forever. You are my beloved child. I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand. Every detail of your life matters to me. Others may dismiss or misunderstand you, but I see your heart fully. I am your healer, your redeemer, your safe place. Sometimes restoration looks different than what you imagined, yet I always bring back more than what was lost. Trust that my ways are higher, my plans greater than what you can see in this moment. One day you will look back and recognize my wisdom in every detour and delay. Do not compare your path with another's, for your story is uniquely written by my hand. What I have reserved for you, no one else can claim. Walk with me, step by step. Every trial you endure is shaping a testimony that will shine brighter than gold refined by fire. Lean on my strength when you are weak. Open your heart when you feel empty, and I will fill you. My grace is enough. My power is made perfect in your weakness. And even when hope feels fragile and the night feels long, remember, your story is not over. There are times when my response to your prayer is, yes. There are moments when I whisper, not yet. And there are seasons where I give you something far greater than you had the capacity to imagine. My answers may not always align with your expectations, but they are always perfect in wisdom and timing. I see the beginning, the middle, and the end all at once. Nothing escapes my sight. You can trust that I never miss a detail and that I am orchestrating every piece for your good. My timing is flawless, though it may not always feel that way. My ways are higher than your ways, and my wisdom reaches far beyond human understanding. If you could see the fullness of my plan, you would rest instead of worry. You will never be let down by my faithfulness. In every circumstance, choose gratitude. Thanksgiving is a doorway to greater blessing. Even when life hurts, even when confusion surrounds you, lift up thanks, not for the pain itself, but for my presence with you, for my unfailing promises, and for the very breath that fills your lungs. When you give thanks, your spirit rises above the weight of your circumstances and draws closer to me in a unique way. Remember this truth: no shadow can put out my light. No setback can undo the destiny I have spoken over you. No loss is beyond the reach of my resurrection power. I have turned graves into gardens, sorrow into dancing, weakness into strength. And I will do the same with your story. What I am writing with your life is not a tale of defeat, but a testimony of triumph. Let your hope be unshakable. Let your faith hold steady even in the waiting. You will see restoration with your own eyes, and your lips will testify of my goodness. The story you share will ignite hope in others, reminding them that I am still the God who moves mountains. You are precious to me, the joy set before me, the one for whom I poured out my love without measure. I ask you to trust in my restoration, to trust in my timing, and to believe that you are never forgotten. Your best days are still ahead, and I walk with you through every single step. My child, if you could see what I see just beyond the horizon, every fear would vanish. So many of your nights have been spent wondering if you are noticed, if you are loved, if your prayers are simply echoing into silence. But know this: you are deeply known and eternally loved. From your very first breath, I have watched over you. Not one detail of your life has ever escaped my gaze. If you feel my love resting upon you now, let your soul breathe in the peace of being fully seen. You may not understand the detours, the delays, or the unexpected valleys. But each path I guide you through carries purpose. It is in those shadowed places that I teach you to lean into me, to draw strength from what only my spirit can provide. I am not waiting for your perfection, I am inviting your trust. Every step you take, every pause, every act of obedience, nothing is wasted in my eyes. I am the God who redeems lost years. Time you thought was stolen or wasted is never beyond my power to restore. What the enemy has tried to take from you, I am able to return in abundance. There are blessings ahead that will overshadow the pain of the past. Suffering will not have the final word, because joy always comes in the morning. Lift your eyes beyond what you can see right now. I am already preparing miracles that will take your breath away. Do not chain yourself to regret. The enemy wants you bound to yesterday, but I am calling you into a new day filled with mercy and fresh grace. Every morning I renew my compassion toward you, covering every mistake and transforming failures into stepping stones toward your destiny. Release what you cannot change, and take hold of the future I am setting before you. Do not walk in isolation, for I have not designed you to journey alone. I am your constant companion, your father who loves you, your shepherd who guides you, your friend who never leaves your side. I place people in your path to strengthen you, to lift you when you grow weary, and to remind you of my faithfulness. Be open to my help, whether it arrives in the kindness of a friend, the whisper of my spirit, or in opportunities you did not expect. Yes, there will be days when old wounds rise up and memories try to tell you nothing can change. But in those moments, hold fast to my word. Speak my promises over your life. Declare that you are more than a conqueror, chosen and destined for victory. Do not let despair write the chapters of your life. Place the pen in my hands, and together we will author a new beginning. Do not believe the lie that you are too broken for restoration. I do not keep records of your wrongs. My forgiveness is complete, washing you clean and clothing you in righteousness. When I look at you, I see my beloved child, pure and precious, worthy of every good thing I have promised. My plans for you are good, to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a future filled with hope. If you have received my forgiveness and embraced my love, declare it with your heart by saying, Amen, and let your spirit align with my truth. Do not underestimate what perseverance can accomplish. Even the smallest seed hidden beneath the soil will, in its season, press upward and reach the light of the sun. So it is with your prayers, your worship, and every act of faith you have offered. They are seeds planted in my kingdom, destined to flourish in their appointed time. Do not be discouraged if progress feels slow or unseen. Rejoice in each small step forward, for I am carefully watching over every detail. Open your spirit wide to receive the work I am doing, even when it unfolds differently than you expected. My answers often surprise you because I delight in giving far more than you have asked. I know every unspoken longing of your heart, even those desires you have not found the courage to voice. And I am able to do exceedingly, abundantly beyond all that you could ever imagine, according to my power at work within you. Wait with expectation, for what lies ahead is greater than what has passed. The best is yet to come. You are a living testimony of my goodness. The story of your life will inspire others to trust me with their brokenness. I will use your struggles to bring strength to someone else. I will take your questions and turn them into answers for another. I will use your surrender as a doorway for someone else's freedom. Nothing is wasted in my hands. I am transforming mourning into dancing, sorrow into laughter, and ashes into beauty. My promise stands unshakable, and my love remains constant through every storm. Even when your faith falters, my covenant remains sure. For I am faithful even when you are not. Anchor your hope in who I am, not in what you see, not in what you feel, but in the unchanging truth of my character. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Lift your eyes forward. Do not dwell on what is behind. The road ahead is filled with opportunities and blessings that you cannot yet comprehend. Keep your gaze on me. Keep your heart open. Trust that I am weaving all things together for your good. My beloved child, let this truth settle into your spirit. No matter what storms rage around you, I remain unshaken. My faithfulness is the solid rock beneath your feet, and my love is the shelter over your life. You may feel the winds of adversity, but they cannot uproot you from my hand. The foundation I have laid within you will remain secure when everything else is shaken. Remember this, the words you speak hold great power. Life and death are carried in the tongue. When you declare my promises over your life, you invite my miraculous power to manifest. Refuse to allow despair to shape your speech. Instead, let hope and gratitude fill your mouth. Every word of faith you release creates ripples in the unseen, calling forth the restoration and breakthroughs I have already prepared for you. Do not focus on what you lack, nor on the prayers that feel unanswered, nor on the dreams that still seem distant. My vision for you is never limited by what is missing. I am the God of abundance, the one who multiplies what you place in my hands and turns small beginnings into glorious endings. Bring me your loaves and fishes, your small faith, your fragile hope, and I will make them overflow. The world may tell you to settle for less, but I continually call you to believe for more. Rest your heart in me. Striving and worry cannot add a single moment to your life. Lay your burdens at my feet and receive the peace that surpasses understanding. My presence is your refuge. In me, you will discover the steady strength that holds you secure even when storms surround you. Breathe deeply of my spirit. Allow my love to quiet every fear and my promises to silence every doubt.